7. Frozen dessert. Products Australians think are ice cream. Real creamy, delicious ice cream made from fresh milk and cream. That is what you think you are buying when you grab that tub from the freezer aisle, right? But here's the truth. Most products you think are ice cream are not ice cream at all. They are frozen desserts, industrial frankenfood made from vegetable oils, emulsifiers, and chemicals. Under Australian food standards, real ice cream must contain minimum 5% milk fat from dairy. Anything less cannot legally be called ice cream. But manufacturers are counting on you not noticing that fine print. You are paying $8 for frozen vegetable oil with milk powder. I have spent weeks researching this. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which products to avoid and how to spot fake ice cream. Number 7. Peter's Light and Creamy Vanilla. Peter's Light and Creamy sounds innocent enough. Light suggests healthier. Creamy suggests indulgent, but read the label. This is not ice cream. It is frozen dessert. At $8 for 2 liters, you are paying ice cream prices for something completely different. The first ingredient is water. Not milk, not cream. Water. Then milk solids, the cheapest form of dairy. Then vegetable oil. Instead of cream, Peter's uses cheap vegetable oil that costs a fraction of dairy cream. The texture gives it away. Real ice cream is dense and rich. Peter's Light and Creamy melts into a watery puddle almost immediately. It has this weird fluffy texture, like frozen air. I did a simple test. I left a scoop of Peter's and real ice cream on plates at room temperature. Peter's melted into thin, oily liquid within 10 minutes. Real ice cream melted into thick, creamy puddle. That watery mess shows exactly what you are eating. Emulsified vegetable oil with stabilizers. The ingredient list reads like a chemical lab. Stabilizers 40, 7410 412 466. Real ice cream needs none of this because cream naturally emulsifies. For $8, you deserve real ice cream, not frozen vegetable oil. Number 6. Bulla Light and Fluffy Vanilla. Bulla Light and Fluffy is everywhere in freezers at $7.50 for 2 liters. Check the label. Frozen dessert, not ice cream. The name itself confesses. Light and fluffy means we pump this full of air and use minimal ingredients. The ingredient list starts with water and skim milk powder. Bulla replaces expensive dairy cream with cheap vegetable oil. The product is 98% fat-free, which sounds healthy until you realize they removed all dairy fat that makes ice cream taste good and replaced it with nothing. What you get is frozen milk water with sugar and chemicals. The texture is like frozen foam. No body, no richness, no creaminess. It dissolves instantly in your mouth, leaving this weird, filmy. I compared this to Bulla Creamy Classics, which is actual ice cream. The difference is shocking. Creamy Classics is dense and rich. Light and Fluffy is airy, bland, and melts into water. Bulla charges nearly the same price for both. Creamy Classics is $8.50. Light and Fluffy is $7.50. Only $1 difference. But ingredient cost for Light and Fluffy is probably 1/3 of real ice cream. That profit goes straight to Bulla while you think you are making a healthier choice. Number 5. Kohl's Brand Vanilla Light. Kohl's Vanilla Light sits right next to real ice cream in the freezer. Same packaging, same size, same display location. At $6 for 2 liters, it is cheaper than name brands, which should raise red flags. The label says frozen dessert in tiny letters. Most shoppers never notice. The ingredient list is identical to Peter's and Bulla. Water first, then milk solids, vegetable oil, sugar, and emulsifiers. These numbers are industrial food additives that let manufacturers create ice cream-like products without actual cream. The taste is terrible. Artificial chemical sweetness that coats your mouth unpleasantly. Barely any vanilla flavor. Just sweetness and fake dairy taste. I used this in a milkshake once and it ruined the drink. Strange, filmy texture that would not blend properly. The texture is the giveaway. When you scoop it, it feels light and airy. Real ice cream has weight. This is so pumped with air that you are buying frozen foam. That 2-liter tub probably contains less than 1 liter of actual product. Kohl's positions this right next to their premium ice cream range, which is real ice cream made with cream. The packaging looks almost identical. They are banking on shoppers not reading the fine print. At $6, you might think you are saving money, but you are not buying the same product. You are buying inferior. Number 4, Woolworths Essentials Vanilla. Woolworths Essentials. Vanilla sits in the freezer looking like ice cream, priced at $5.50 for 2 liters. But it is frozen confection, not ice cream. The label has frozen confection in small print nobody reads. The ingredients are disastrous. Water, milk solids, vegetable fat, glucose syrup, sugar. That is not ice cream. That is a laboratory experiment designed to look like ice cream while costing Woolworths almost nothing. I bought this 3 times over 6 months because I forgot to check labels. Each time, disappointment. The flavor is bizarre. Tastes like vanilla extract mixed with vegetable oil and sugar. No dairy richness, no cream flavor. Just one-dimensional sweetness with chemical aftertaste. When it melts, it separates into oily water mixture that looks disgusting. The color's wrong too. Real vanilla ice cream is pale yellow because cream has natural yellow tint. Woolworths Essentials is bright artificial white because it is made from milk powder and vegetable oil, not cream. What bothers me is the marketing. The packaging has vanilla bean images and uses words like creamy and delicious. But nothing is creamy because it contains no cream. At $5.50 for 2 liters, this is the cheapest product on this list. And you absolutely get what you pay for. Bottom barrel frozen dessert sold to price-conscious shoppers. Number 3, Streets Light and Creamy Neapolitan. Streets is owned by Unilever, one of the largest food corporations. They make legitimate ice cream like Magnum, but they also make frozen dessert garbage like Light and Creamy. At $8.50 for 2 liters, this is more expensive than some real ice cream brands. You are paying premium prices for fake ice cream. The Neapolitan flavor makes deception worse. 3 flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. It feels special, but none are made with real cream. All frozen dessert made with milk solids, vegetable fat, and artificial flavorings. The chocolate does not taste like real chocolate. It tastes like chocolate-flavored vegetable oil. The vanilla is bland and watery. The strawberry is worst, artificial chemical, strawberry flavor. All 3 have the same weird airy texture that melts into oily water. I compared this with Street's Blue Ribbon Neapolitan, which is actual ice cream. The difference is staggering. Blue Ribbon is rich, creamy, has real chocolate and vanilla flavor. Light and Creamy tastes like chemical approximation of ice cream. The ingredient list is a nightmare. The strawberry has strawberry concentrate at less than 1%. Less than 1% actual strawberry and strawberry ice cream. The rest is artificial flavoring and coloring. Streets uses 4 different emulsifiers to make vegetable oil and milk powder hold together. Streets has been making ice cream in Australia for over 90 years. Families trust the brand. Streets exploits this by selling frozen dessert under their trusted name. At $8.50, you can buy actual real ice cream from smaller brands. The ingredient cost for this product is probably $1 per tub. They charge $8.50 and let you think you are buying real ice cream. Number 2, Sara Lee French Vanilla. Sara Lee is marketed as premium, elegant packaging, sophisticated imagery, high price at $9 for 1.2 liters. That is $7.50 per liter. But it is frozen dessert, not ice cream. You are paying premium prices for the same fake ice cream as cheap stuff. The label says frozen dessert on the front, but in tiny letters. Most people do not notice because they focus on Sara Lee name and French vanilla, which sounds fancy. But fancy marketing does not change that this is vegetable oil and milk powder, not cream. The ingredients are identical to supermarket house brands. Water, milk solids, vegetable fat, sugar, emulsifiers, stabilizers. Sara Lee adds vanilla bean extract, but it is listed near the end, meaning barely any is in there. Most vanilla flavor comes from artificial flavoring. The taste is marginally better than Kohl's or Woolworths because Sara Lee uses slightly better flavoring, but texture is the same problem. Light, airy. What makes me angry is the price point. $9 for 1.2 liters. You can buy 2 liters of connoisseur ice cream, which is real ice cream, for $12. That is $6 per liter versus $7.50 per liter. You are paying more for fake ice cream than real ice cream from premium brands. Sara Lee bets their brand reputation will carry the sale. They target shoppers who want something nicer. Then house brands but do not read labels. French vanilla sounds artisanal. The packaging looks premium. Everything screams quality except actual ingredients. At $9 for 1.2 liters, Sara Lee is possibly worst value on this list. You are paying premium prices for bottom-tier ingredients. Number 1. Peter's Original Vanilla. This is the most egregious frozen dessert fraud in Australian supermarkets. Peter's Original Vanilla. The name is designed to make you think this is authentic, traditional Peter's ice cream. Heritage imagery and nostalgia marketing. At $8 for 2 liters, priced exactly like real ice cream. But it is frozen dessert, not ice cream. Peter's has multiple product lines. Some are real ice cream, some are frozen dessert. Peter's Original and Peter's Drumstick tubs look the same, sit on same shelf, cost the same price. One is ice cream, one is frozen dessert. Peter's deliberately creates confusion. The ingredient list is insulting. Water is first ingredient. Water should never be first in ice cream because ice cream is made from cream. The fact they are adding extra water shows they are cutting milk solids with water to save money. Then skim milk powder, vegetable fat, sugar, glucose syrup. This is chemical cocktail designed to mimic ice cream without using cream. Food science at its most cynical. The taste is terrible. I have eaten Peter's Original multiple times because I keep forgetting which Peter's line is real ice cream. Every time, disappointment. Fake chemical taste that does not resemble real vanilla or cream. The sweetness is cloying and artificial. Zero complexity, zero richness, zero dairy flavor. The texture is like frozen Cool Whip. Light and fluffy when you first scoop it, but melts instantly in your mouth. Within seconds, dissolves into watery, oily liquid that coats your tongue in unpleasant film. Real ice cream does not do that. What makes Peter's Original the worst is deliberate deception. Peter's knows Australians trust their brand. The name Peter's Original sounds like classic, authentic product. They are deliberately trading on 90-plus years of brand equity to sell frozen dessert at ice cream prices. The profit margin is obscene. Real ice cream uses cream, which is expensive. Peter's Original uses skim milk powder and vegetable fat, which are dirt cheap. Ingredient cost is probably $1.50 per 2-liter tub. They sell it for $8. Huge markup for product that legally cannot even be called ice cream. So what should you buy? Connoisseur Ice Cream. Connoisseur is owned by Streets, but unlike Streets Light and Creamy, Connoisseur is genuine ice cream made with cream. At $12 for 1 liter, it is premium pricing, but you get real ice cream. The ingredient list starts with cream, not water. Then milk, sugar, egg yolks, and natural flavorings. The texture is what ice cream should be. Dense, creamy, luxurious. Melts slowly on your tongue. The flavors are intense because they use real ingredients. The vanilla has actual vanilla bean specks. The chocolate uses real cocoa. Connoisseur comes in small tubs because real ice cream is rich. A small bowl is satisfying because flavor and texture are so good. Häagen-Dazs. Häagen-Dazs is the gold standard. At $14 for 457 milliliters, it is expensive. But look at ingredients. Cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks, vanilla extract. That is it. 5 ingredients. No emulsifiers, no stabilizers, no vegetable oils. The texture is incredibly dense and smooth. Häagen-Dazs has minimal air. What you get is pure ice cream. When you scoop it, you feel the weight. When you eat it, intensely creamy and rich. Yes, expensive, but you are getting authentic ice cream made with premium ingredients. A. Gallo Gelato. Gallo is a Victorian producer making real gelato at $10 for 500 milliliters. This is authentic Italian-style gelato made with milk, cream, and natural ingredients. The texture is denser and more intensely flavored. A. Gallo uses fresh milk from local Victorian farms. The flavorings are natural. The pistachio has real pistachios. Available at Kohl's in the premium section. Look for the Italian flag on packaging. The ingredient list is clean and simple. No emulsifiers, no stabilizers, no vegetable oils. Just milk, cream, sugar, and flavor ingredients. This is what ice cream should be. If this video shocked you, smash that like button right now. Share this with everyone you know. They need to see this because most Australians have no idea they are buying fake ice cream. Subscribe because I am exposing more food industry frauds. Hit that bell icon so you do not miss the next video where I am investigating protein powders. Drop a comment telling me which frozen dessert surprised you most, or if you have been buying these thinking they were real ice cream. I read every comment. Together, we are going to hold these companies accountable. Check the labels. Look for ice cream, not frozen dessert. Buy products that list cream as first ingredient, not water. Your family deserves real ice cream, not vegetable oil foam with chemicals. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.